All right, what's up, class? Hope everybody's having a good week. I'm taking this video from California, even though our spring break was last month. Um, the rest of the younger grades' spring break was this week, so we decided to take a trip. So, anyways, I'm excited to do this. I was excited doing this week's activity. It's crazy that it's already been 13 weeks, but the social psychology the activity that I decided to do this week was the activity where we took a few days to be aware and observe our behaviors, attitudes, and language in different various settings of our lives. So um, I thought this was a cool activity. I enjoyed kind of taking extra focus on different, like the different stages of life or different, settings of life that I'm in, and kind of how I act different, kind of how I talk different, kind of how I, um, you know, there's just lots of different situations that like call for your attention or that you find yourself in, and you find yourself acting a little bit differently from one situation to another depending on who you're with, depending on what you're doing. So I thought that was really cool. So I decided to do starting out, I decided to do work. So like different, like compared to like with my family as than I am at work. And just thinking about it, there's lots of different reasons like for one of them. So I speak someone, and I have had the opportunity to work for my boss. He's someone, and there's also a whole crew of guys that do our footings that are someone as well. I worked with them for months, and so I see those guys all the time. So every time I see with them, I talk someone with them, and so like that's definitely a change in like my language compared to when I talk to my family or when I talk to literally anybody else that's not someone and doesn't speak the language. So um, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting because like it just shows like how things change with my social aspect compared to or depending on who I'm with. Because obviously like there's like they don't know the language, so like I can't speak like that with other people. So um, I thought that was kind of interesting, kind of picking up on that. It's kind of like a no brainer, like that you can't speak with them because they don't know, but like that's like an opportunity to like you learn more about somebody speaking a different language with them. And like it's kind of cool. It's kind of a unique opportunity, but also just also like aside from these people who I speak someone with, everybody else at work, sometimes um, I'm not the expert. We become in I work construction and we do lots of fixes, and sometimes we pull up on a fix, and I don't. It's the first time I've ever seen a fix like this where it's in a different situation and I don't know how to do it. So I'm obviously I'm not gonna go up there and pretend I know everything that I'm doing. I'm gonna act a little bit differently. I'm gonna act like more observant, ask more questions, and take um, take instruction about how to do the fix rather than like go in there and pretend I know everything and like try to give instruction. Like that wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Just kind of thinking about how I act differently at work. I'm obviously like more quiet, depending on who I'm with. But I feel like one thing that doesn't change whether I'm with my family, whether I'm at work, or whether I'm at school or whatever I'm doing. I try to still like treat people the same. I try to be the same kind of person. Try to be like friendly, like whether I'm at the store or like, with other people. Hanging out with friends. Like like there's lots of situations, and I feel like I always try to be like the same person. I feel like I don't try to change between one setting and another, but there are obviously little changes. Um, like the examples here, um, like between how like I feel like the one of the closest ones are you find like how you act at family gatherings and hanging out with your friends. Like those are just so similar, but it can be. Well, I guess it depends on the kind of relationship you have with your family, kind of relationship you have with your friends, but um, those can be so similar that at least it's that way for me. Like I'm best friends with my family, so it's like I don't act super differently around them as I do with my friends, but I see how it could be completely different. When I was younger, it was different. How you're in high school, you go out and hang out with your friends, and it's a completely different time than when you come home and you hang out with your family. So just because like different people, different settings, different situations. You're in high school, you're young, you're crazy, you want to do all these fun things, and your friends are the same way, so they do the same thing. But then you get back to home, like your parents and your younger or older siblings, and they're not always like down for stuff like that. But so there's just a lot um, that goes into our behaviors and how we act and our attitudes and the language, the kinds of things that we say, the kinds of things that we do that can really change between what the settings that we're in our lives. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So I just wanted to ask you guys, so what in your guys' life, what do you think are the most like polar opposites, as close as it can get to that? Like, what situations do you think you can like the most you see the most difference in yourself? Um, but anyways, that's all for this week. So thanks for watching.